I had a late night, so
What happened to you? You were not well?
my wife was not. And then before that, yes, I it's just a flu, not necessarily like something just going around. All right, we are live. Thanks everybody for joining. We do this every Friday, 7 a.m. California time, 10 a.m. Eastern time. So come join us, ask any immigration question. I know you guys have been sending me a lot of immigration questions. So I've been telling everybody just come to 7 a.m. Session so we can answer those questions. But hopefully some of them are here. Rajiv ji, let's start with any new updates, anything from immigration perspective.
Did we talk about I think we talked about the premium processing coming up.
Yes. Yeah.
So, other than that, they haven't been, the lottery has opened, the H1B lottery will be starting. Um, that news is there. We also talked about last time, we talked about multiple lottery entries.
Mm-hmm.
So, all that is covered, nothing truly earth shattering after that, just life
Okay.
as usual.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I think looks like we are starting to get people in. So we will start with some of the questions which I got through email. So let's see. This is from Sabil asking, you don't see it because it's on my email. He I graduate in May 2023. Can the employer file H1B in master's quota or general quota if they apply for this? Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I just got kicked out.
Oh. um, yeah, so the question was really that can they apply before they graduate for H1B?
Yeah. See, there are two situations in which you can apply before you graduate. The easy one is you already have a bachelor's degree. So let's say you have a bachelor's degree in computer science and you are doing a master's degree. So you are already qualified for H1B if you have a 4 year bachelor's degree. That's the easy situation. The second situation is where you are about to graduate, and by the time you are ready to file the H1B um, petition itself, you will have your graduation done. All your coursework will be done. In that case, you can apply for the lottery. You don't have to have a degree in hand. And when you apply for the H1B following the lottery, which could be almost anywhere up to 3 months from April, you can then present your completion of coursework at that time. Remember, you don't have to have formal conferral of the degree. The
Hmm.
university or the school will be able to give a letter that says um, you finished all the coursework and requirements for the degree.
Right, right. Okay. Question you can see now. I'm on STEM OPT right now, and my company will be registering me for H1B lottery. I want to travel to India in March. So can I travel outside United States while my company is registering me for H1B?
Sure, Jasnik. You can go to my blog, immigration.com. On the blog, about 15th or 16th entry is about travel. You can definitely travel, but you should talk to your lawyers before you do so. Make sure your I-20 is endorsed for travel and that you are properly covered under whatever circumstances you are in, STEM OPT expiring or STEM OPT beginning, whatever your circumstances are. I've covered all the eventualities in the blog. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I have done masters in computer science and I'm on my initial OPT now. Can I do masters in business at MBA and switch my job?
Well, you asked about the wrong degree, although the idea is sound. I always tell people I have a degree in biology and chemistry, and I also have a degree in law, so I can work as a lab assistant or a research scientist, or I can work as a lawyer because I'm qualified for both. So if you have two qualifying degrees, either one of them can be the subject of an H1B. But MBA is problematic. MBA is often viewed by the USCIS as a non professional degree.
Hmm.
However, MBA in information systems, MBA with a focus in marketing, MBA with a focus in finance. These could qualify as specialty occupation degrees. So
Mm,
theoretically, I can do all of that. But
got it.
the one thing is you won't be able to get OPT for the same level. Okay.
Right, right, right.
So I
Yeah,
hope you
yeah.
don't have that.
Yeah. Okay. Currently on my last H1B chance in a lottery, are there any backup options for me if things go south? EAD expires this October.
Well, that depends, right? So if you want to go back to school and do curricular practical training, that's one option. I always advise people don't just randomly take a curricular practical training course. Go for something that enhances your career, right? And because in addition to giving you the practical advantage of enhancing your career, you can also explain your choices. So, like yesterday, I was talking with somebody. He wanted to know, he has a degree in computer science. So, wanted to know what if he did a second master's in XYZ? And I said, well, let XYZ be something that enhances your career. For example, machine learning. Okay.
Mm.
Because then you can always say that, and it really enhances your career. That's your interest, or data science. So if you have a second degree that focuses your generic degree even more into your career, that would be a good option. But CPT is one option. Some people, if you are not born in India or any of the backed up countries, you could directly apply for the green card. And I have an article on that on my blog, as well as if you Google my name against Economic Times, you'll see my blog entry in Economic Times as well. You could directly go for green card. If you qualify for O1 visa, you are extraordinarily qualified. You could go for that. What else? What am I missing? L1 visa, if you have a company you used to work for outside the United States as an executive,
Did you,
managerial, or specialized knowledge employee. So these are some of the obvious options. I think we have them all covered on my blog as well.
yeah. What is the minimum salary requirement to file H1B visa?
What are the number of ways a human being can die? It all depends on the facts of the case, right? So the way it works is there is a website called flcdatacenter.com. One word. F for foreign, L for labor, C for certification. FLC Data Center. Center is the American spelling, not the European or the Indian spelling. CENTER. So flcdatacenter.com, you go there, you go to the wage wizard, and you pick up the county, the state and the county where you will be working. And yeah, so let's go down. Go down a little bit. You see, I can't read that. Is there a wage search wizard?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's pick up that. And now let's say you're going to work in
I'll,
Pennsylvania.
oh,
Okay,
who wants to work
so
in
just,
Pennsylvania?
well, there are plenty of good jobs there as well. So
Just kidding.
then
Yeah, yeah.
you pick the county. So pick any county.
All right. I'm strong.
Yeah, and then
Then
type you can pick from the list or just type your title. And that's, let's
computer
say,
and
computer,
information.
let's say software developer, you can say. Yeah. And then when yeah, you can use that. Okay, now
Mm,
level one, level two, level three, level four wage. Level one wage is entry level. You're getting out of school. That's the minimum the employer has to pay you. They can't pay below that. Okay. Level two is for people who are professionally more comfortable, typically 2 to 3 years experience. Level
this is
three is
cool.
for more advanced people. And level four is for people who are um, very advanced. They invent new ways of doing things, they coordinate. Even at level three, you can be coordinating other people, even
Mm,
supervising other people. Actually, it's very difficult to tell the difference between level three and level four. They're very
mm.
close. Level one and level two is easy. Level
Yeah.
two,
And
three, four
level, yeah.
tend to blend together. Okay. So,
So they can actually even again, I'm thinking from student perspective, they can use these number to negotiate their salary as well,
oh,
I guess.
absolutely. They should. They should.
Yeah. What's H2B?
H2Bs are visas that are not available for Indian citizens. They are
Mm.
for temporary need professional or not professional, temporary need workers. For example, if you have, let's say, harvesting season, but that's agricultural, sorry. Let me take another example. Um, Fire extinguishers. So sometimes you need firefighters. So they come on H2B visas during the firefighting season.
Mm.
There are hotel workers who use
Oh, right,
H2B
right,
visa.
right. Okay.
Trump's companies use a lot of the H2B
H2.
visas.
Got it. Okay. All right. Currently, I'm working as a data analyst at one company on F1 OPT with 76K base salary. In next few months, they are planning to transfer me to machine learning engineering position, and base salary is 125. Oh, and then this is the question: should I participate in H1B lottery with my data analyst title and then transfer to H1B on new role within the company? Is it
No,
suggested
you
to?
can. When are they transferring him? Do you know? Is it
He
next
said
few
few
months?
months.
So look,
Yeah.
look, you can't take a chance. You should apply with whatever is available right now, and of course, you can always amend your H1B later. So yeah, apply with what you got in hand.
Yeah. All right. I'm on F1 OPT. My Amazon offer got postponed to August, but I managed to get a job from another company. Both companies are filing my H1B. What happens if both get picked? What should be an action plan? Nice.
Yeah, well,
Nice
that
problem to have.
as long as they are not connected with each other in any way, they have no common projects, there are no interlocking officers. As long as none of that is there, there's absolutely zero connection. Applying from multiple countries is allowed. Multiple companies is allowed. You could file your H1B through even both companies. I don't see any problem with that. And then once both get approved, you can take whatever job you want. Your
Oh, so
your friends who don't get selected will hate you, but that's certainly possible.
so he can get picked for both the lotteries and can say yes,
Mhm.
go ahead and get it,
Yep.
the approval process started, and then if it gets approved, then he can ask one of the companies that withdraw my application.
He doesn't have to. He can just
Oh,
join, and they have to withdraw because that's their responsibility, not his responsibility.
oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, all right. Let's assume my H1B gets picked up here when I'm working right now. Can I switch my job before October 1st? Will premium
Correct.
processing help in this
So,
case?
so it's like saying if I upgrade from economy class to first grade, will I get to India sooner in my flight? No, because it's the same plane. Your plane doesn't land till October 1st. No matter what you do, you can't start your H1B before October 1st. So therefore, whether you sit in economy or first class, you're going to get to India at the same time. Or if you're not from
Mm,
India, wherever you're from. Okay. So the question is, can I switch my job before October 1st? Will premium processing help in this case? So first of all, the start date is not going to get pulled, but this is where it gets tricky. USCIS has said for last many years that if your H1B gets revoked before the start date of the H1B, October 1st, they will consider you to be subject to the lottery again. So be careful. If you change jobs before October 1st, assuming that the H1B is beginning on October 1st, government will put you back in the quota if the
mm,
employer withdraws before October 1st. If you do it on October 1st or later, you are safe.
mm. Okay. Second question. Let me see if he has first question. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, she
Is
can.
TN visa location restricted? Can I work remotely for New York-based employer from California?
Well, if it's a Canadian TN, I don't remember if we are doing LCAs these days for Mexican TNs. I think we are. I could be wrong.
Mm,
I forget sometimes the details, but the basic idea is that TN visas are a lot less restricted than H1Bs. And for TNs, unless we do an LCA, especially for a Canadian TN, you don't really need to meet flcdatacenter.com standards. So
Mm,
you can work remotely. I don't see any problem with that.
okay. My question is with respect to H1B and field of study. Maybe she forgot
Mhm.
to write the question.
Guess the
Mm.
rest.
All right. Let's see.
What's going on, man?
I saw analytics listed as a STEM major in Department Homeland Security list. Does it mean that every school which offers an undergraduate in business analytics has a major listed as STEM?
You have to
Mm,
talk with your DSO.
I
They
I
would
I
know.
think the answer is no, but because in Chico State we had MBA in EIS, which is Enterprise Information System. It wasn't STEM, and then people complain, and they got it STEM approved. So I think it's university dependent.
Well, that's why I said talk to your DSO. They'll be able to tell you whether you fit into the criteria or not.
Mm, mm. Okay, did we answer this? Maybe not.
Someone said in a company will be applying for H1. I'm looking to get my Indian passport renewed. No. What's the best time to renew? After lottery, should have it? Doesn't matter. Renew anytime. Because even if you give, see, information when given to the government should be correct on the date you give it. I don't remember if the lottery asks for a passport number. I think it does. So if the passport number changes later on, shouldn't be a problem. Let me take a step back. Sometimes this can be counterintuitive. When does this passport expire? Let's see if we can get a practical solution.
Mm, okay. For now,
I'm looking to get
comment
my
back.
Indian passport renewed. Um, Look, if your passport is expiring after your H1B is applied, after the lottery, after the H1B is applied, because I don't remember if this is likely to be a problem if the passport number changes. I think it should not. So between the lottery and the H1B application, if the passport number changes, is that going to be a problem? I don't remember. Is it in the frequently asked questions? My common sense would say absolutely no issue because the new passport number and the old passport number connect with the same individual. So it shouldn't be an issue. But I hesitant to give an opinion outright because law is full of surprises, especially immigration law. So the
Yeah.
practical solution is um, apply for the renewal after you have filed your H1B, after the lottery, after the H1B. I don't see why not. I don't think that will be a problem at all.
Mm. Okay. Here's our question. I did my master's in business analytics, and let's say I got a job as a product manager. Will it be issue if I don't have any related subject?
I don't know what that means, Shrutika. That's another one of those tough questions you ask where you have to guess what you are saying. So
She's
question is,
saying that she did masters in business analytics, but she got
oh,
a
okay,
job
okay,
which
okay.
might not be
Got it.
related to her.
Yeah, you won't get an H1B because the job must require the specific degree that you have. Okay. So for example, I could have a degree, an MD degree, but can I work as a software developer? The answer is no, because I don't have a degree in software development or software related discipline, computer science, etc., or information management systems. So therefore, your degree has to be connected with your H1B job. You can't have them in isolation.
But she could do a product manager role for data and reporting. Like she could
Well,
be a
no, it's not that easy. That's a
no.
very that's a rookie guess. Why? Because we have to look at the job description. Then we have to look at
Mm,
what components of this job just cannot be done without a degree.
mm, mm. Okay.
Okay, so take an example in computer science. So let's say somebody is designing and developing software. Well, obviously, when they are designing, developing, testing, implementing, supporting, you need to know enough about operating systems, networks, how computers work, how memory systems work,
Mm,
things like matrices. You have to know a lot of things, right? On the
yeah.
other hand, let's say that you have a degree in computer science and you get a job as a software tech support. So now that tech support depends level one, level two, level three. So level
Right.
one tech
Right.
support,
Right.
Is your computer plugged in? You don't need a degree for that. That's the first question, right? Tech
Yeah, yeah,
support
yeah.
101. First
Right.
question. Is
Yeah.
your computer plugged in? So I don't think you need a degree for that.
Right. Right. True. True. All right. I'm looking to start a company in my OPT. Should I go for it? If I go forward and fail, what are my chances?
Fail is not an issue. Sarath, you have two things you need to worry about. First, will you be able to show that you are working 20 hours each week in your field? Because that's what helps you maintain your first year OPT. And remember, once the first year OPT is over, you don't have any way of continuing your company. So if in 1 year you are able to have enough of a presence that you can hire people, managers, etc., and you can have a true employer-employee relationship going forward. For example, you can be fired from your company. There's a lot to it. So the first year is easy as long as you can show 20 hours in your own area of work or your field of study. The rest of it, how does that work out? That's the only problem. So
Mm,
can you go for it? Sure, you can. But what happens after year one?
mm. Okay. I have a B2 visitor visa issued before my 14th birthday, and I want the interview waiver for my F1 visa.
I don't
Mm,
remember. That 14th birthday thing threw me off because if you had, as an adult, after the age of 18, I think, there would be no issue. Double check it. It should be in the frequently asked questions under visa waiver. So, interview waiver. So, what I would do is I would just Google the consulate you want to go to, US consulate in Chennai, and then space uh, visa waiver frequently asked questions.
mm,
I actually call it interview waiver, not visa waiver. Sorry, interview
mm.
waiver. Okay, and that should tell you. I don't know off the top of my head. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I'm looking for applying O1B visa. I work as assistant director, Bollywood film industry, entertainment industry, and traveled Europe and Middle East so far. Can I get a visa?
Yeah, sure. If you qualify and your qualifications rise to the level of O1B, because you have to be distinguished enough to be classified as O1B, it is possible.
Yeah. Isn't that's the visa Priyanka Chopra came in? I
Now
think.
she came on O1A, I think.
Oh. Mm. All right. Sorry. This.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I wasn't her lawyer, so
I did my master's in USA, born in Muscat, Oman.
Muscat.
Can I apply to diversity visa directly after graduation, or are there any other route?
Well, if you are Muscataman born, Badri, then you can also apply for a green card directly, even non-lottery green card, because potentially you'll be done in a couple of years. So
Hmm.
yeah, you can start your green card through DV as well as the other any other options through employer.
I am an Indian American with American citizenship, and I'm married to an Indian girl. I want to bring my wife to America. What is the procedure? Procedure.
Yeah, it's not an easy question, or because it's not the process is very simple, but the timings are not, because it could easily take a couple of years for her to get her green card, going through the whole
Mm,
process.
mm.
I would, if I were you, I would apply for a fiance visa, which is K1,
Okay.
K as in
Mm,
kite, and I would apply for if you can wait. If you want to get married right away, then I would have you apply for a green card. Look at the form I-130. Read the instructions. I would have you file for I-130 and K3 visa. K3 is for spouses, K1 is for fiancés. So, but don't be surprised by the length of delays it takes, year, 2 years, somewhere there.
mm. It sounds like he's already married, but yep.
Did
he
he say
said,
married or
he said, I'm married to an Indian
married to
girl.
anyone? Okay. Then you have your choices are applying for green card and K3 together. That's the only choice you have. Now, of course, if she could come to the United States, not as a tourist, but let's say if she could come on a H1 or L1 visas that are immune from having a husband in the United States, that would be a great way to go. On
Mm,
tourist visa, if they give her the tourist visa, she can come and stay, but don't try to convert it to a green card within the United States. That gets complicated.
mm.
So ideally, I would say something like an L1, H1. That would be a great
Yeah.
option.
What happens to employer-based green card EAD if I apply for marriage-based green card and spouse is a US citizen? That's a good
Uh,
question.
while you can do both, you can have multiple green cards pending at the same time. But of course, if you are a US, sorry, India born,
Mm.
but if you get married to somebody who's America born,
Yeah, the
so it
spouse is US
then
citizen.
then you get cross chargeability. Then you probably will get a green card equally quickly through both categories. So bottom line, apply through both. Apply through as many categories as you qualify under. Whichever comes first, you get that green card. Don't think you get multiple green cards and you can auction off one. Uh, you get one green card, whichever comes the earliest.
Got it. Tejaswin is here. I work 9 to 5 on F1 OPT. I am also a creator on Instagram, monetized my blog recently. How can I legally file taxes for my
So,
income earned through Instagram?
so life with Teju. Merry Christmas, first of all. Um, you, you, you want to obey tax laws, but you don't mind breaking immigration laws, right? So because you have a problem. But to be honest and to be perfectly straightforward about this, we don't really know where the line is. Where does immigration law get broken? Because USCIS has never told us explicitly. So let me give you an example. This has always been my problem with this idea that income generating activities are automatically a violation of H-1B status. Let's take an example. Let us say that I'm a flute player, right? I play the bansuri, okay, and I go to play at the temple, and people get really pleased with me, and they give me $1,000
Some
for my
donation, yeah.
performance. Okay,
Hmm.
is that really unauthorized employment? It isn't because I didn't ask for it. It's more like a gift. So if UD
Yeah.
says, Rajiv, you did a great job today, I'm sending you $20,000, can I accept that on H1B? The answer is sure, because my brother is happy with what I did, and why not?
Yeah.
So where does the line end? What you're
Mm.
doing on Instagram is really it's hobby, right? If you're an influencer, um, I think you lie a lot, first of all, and then no, I'm just kidding. I don't know what you do. But let's say you are doing something that's like life lessons or sharing your life in the United States. Is that really unauthorized employment? I really don't know where the line is, Teju. But you are right. Filing taxes is very important. So, what do you do? First of all, because you are an OPT, you have work authorization. Okay. So, filing taxes is not going to be a problem. But is that a violation of your status? My guess is as good as yours.
Yeah.
So, what I would do is I would file the taxes, look into filing 1040 easy, which is the easiest one to
I guess
file.
let me ask you a follow-up question. Is this ever being checked in future?
Now, hang on. She says my blog is related to my major, she says.
Yes. Yeah.
I changed my glasses, now I can read the screen. So I have two glasses. One is for
Yeah.
distant vision. This is,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I put these on, I can't see anything here. So now I can read what she says. So my blog is related to my major. It's still, I don't see how it is an unauthorized employment. I hope she can tell us what does she do with her blog.
Mm.
Because
Mm.
if she's just teaching people and this is getting monetized, I don't know if this is unauthorized employment. It's so difficult for me to make that guess.
Right.
Because
Right.
people ask us all the time, can I start a channel and get paid for it? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't really know.
Yeah. And does this ever get asked or like scrutinized when you go for H1B or green card or citizenship? Do they look
Well,
at these things?
well, let them. See, the interesting thing is, if you tell the truth, yes, I did that, there's no problem. They can't
Yeah.
do anything to you. But if
Right.
you lie about it, they can bar you from entering the United States forever. And they can even
Mm.
criminally prosecute you.
Mm. Mm.
The lying about it is worse than actually doing it. Okay, let me give you an example. So let's say I am the lady with the Christmas hat, and I have a blog in law where I am giving legal advice generically to the whole world, and it's getting
Mhm.
monetized. Now, could that be considered work? Yeah, because it's my field and I'm getting kind of sort of paid for it. So when I go for H1B visa stamping, where it says, "Have you ever been out of status?" I would say, "Yes." How have you been out of status? Because I have a blog. I'm not sure if it's out of status or not. The most
Mm,
they can do is bad, bad, bad. Here's your visa, go. They can't stop me
mm,
because violation of status is cured by procurement of visa.
mm,
So how
mm.
can they stop my visa just because I was out of status? As long as I don't lie about it. So it's a weird situation. Most people don't
Yeah,
want to touch it because there are too many unanswered questions. But
right.
filing taxes is beyond question. I think you have to file taxes.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Let's do last two, three questions. I have my undergrad degree in civil engineering and graduate degree in data science. If I land in a data analyst job, will my H1 be affected because I'm
No,
from civil background?
no. So think about it this way. When you do a 4 year degree, first 3 years you learn racquetball, tennis, art, liberal arts, history.
Well, not
First
in India.
well, in USA, 2 to 3
Yeah.
years are wide based education. Only the last year actually is considered to be your majors, totally focused. So think about your civil degree as being that first 3 years of playing around racquetball, tennis.
Mm, mm,
Okay. And data science then becomes your major. So there is no issue here. You
yeah.
automatically are okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think my guess is I'm guessing here that she did her undergrad in India in civil and then
Yeah.
she did her master's here in data science. So,
Yeah. But there's an interesting problem though. Is data science a specialty occupation? Do jobs that you do in data science require a degree in data science? No, they don't. Okay. So can an H1 be done? Yeah, it can be. It depends upon the job. For example, I'll give you two examples from our own files. I look at a case,
mm,
I look at it, lot of statistics. Okay. And the guy has a degree in data science, lot of statistics courses. I said, you know what? The job is a statistician. Another guy, data science, he's doing a lot of data streaming. Okay.
mm,
To do
mm,
the data streaming, he has to do a lot of coding because he's creating permanent pipes. He's using Kafka and all these different kind of software. What is the job? Software developer.
mm,
So I've never had to really, many cases get approved with just data science, but you have to be careful. The point is, you should be able to show that this job cannot be done without this degree.
mm, mm. Okay. Last two question. What is restricted and unrestricted OPT?
Never heard of a restricted OPT. It is all unrestricted within your own field, Reham.
Okay. And this is probably the last one. This year is my third chance of H1B. And if I'm applying for H1B visa through two employers, so in extension, which employer I need to work for?
Okay, so gap extension is basically a new I-20 issued by your school, right? That's the way I understand it. Correct me if I'm wrong. So you go to your school, you say, my H1B, my OPT is expiring after April 1st, on or after April 1st. Please give me gap till October. And I think they have to put down the name of a particular employer in the gap, as far as I know. You can double check that. Whatever play you have is with your DSO. So if the DSO says it's okay for me to put down two employers or just one employer, that's where you get to take your pick. I don't remember what the DSOs do.
Hmm. I'll take one more question. Sounds little emergency type. I'm on my STEM OPT, and this is my last chance of H1B. What are other options I have except day one CPT? If Canada, my employer doesn't have offices in Canada, if I go back to India, can I come back again? I guess he's saying Canada and India as second, those two options.
So, Pavanji, I'm not sure what your question is because I'm confused with this narrative. If Canada, my employer doesn't have offices in Canada, so you can't go to Canada. If I go to India, can I come back again? Well, come back in what format? Can you come back on another student visa? Sure. You can
I'm
try.
assuming his employer has an office in India, so he keeps working for it, and they keep filing H-1B and can come back.
Well, he doesn't have to be working for any employer to file an H-1B through them.
That's
So
true.
if he
That's
goes
true.
to India and Microsoft says, Pawan Tilwani, we really need you, they file your H-1B, and then Oracle calls and says, no, we need you in our Oracle Financials group. And
Mm,
then IBM
mm,
calls and says, no, we need you for IBM Consulting. All of them can file your H-1Bs. And you're
mm,
not working for any of them. And you could be in Ukraine or Russia or India, wherever you go.
mhm.
Don't go to Ukraine.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah. 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 So if we go back to India, then if any US based company wants to file sponsorship, he can come back.
Absolutely. If you get
Yeah.
selected and the H-1B gets approved,
Yeah. Or if he's working for the same employer, assuming he's working, he said yes in one of my when I was following up, then his company is wanting to come back on L1 visa or something like that.
yeah, L1 after 1 year.
Mm, mm.
You have to be employed outside the United States for at least 1 year out of the last three.
Oh, okay, got it, got it, got it. Okay, all right. Thanks everybody. This was good. Glad to be back. We will do this next Friday again, 7 a.m. California time, 10 a.m. New York time. Hopefully, next time we will try the calling part. I'm excited to try again one more time. But thank you, Rajiv ji. We'll talk soon. Yep.
See you guys.
Thanks
Take care,
everyone.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.